Your brain can go haywire during menopause. The emotional and the psychological aspects of menopause and its impact on a woman's brain has been grossly underestimated and many times misdiagnosed. Many women say to me, Patrice, I feel as though I'm going crazy. Some women, they say to me, I'm wondering if I've been hallucinating or if I'm hallucinating. And then there is another group of women who have said to me when I've gone to my doctor's looking at me as though I'm crazy as I tell him what's going on with me. As a woman going through menopause, what are you doing to protect your brain? What are you doing to preserve your brain? Come, let's talk menopause. Hey lady, welcome to my channel. My name is Patrice Lockhart and I'm a menopause health practitioner. I work with menopausal women, helping them to navigate the menopausal journey. I provide education, tools, guidance, support, information to help women navigate this part of their life. And my mission is to leave every woman better than I met her. Before I dive into today's topic, surviving what menopause does to our brain, I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel. If this content is valuable to you, please subscribe to my channel or like the video and also share the video. There are so many menopausal women without the proper information and so many women feel lost. So hit the like button. Let's get to it. Surviving what menopause does to our brain. Imbalanced hormones can cause anxiety, depression, mood swings, irritability, forgetfulness, foggy thinking, can't concentrate. It can cause you not to be able to sleep. It can cause you not to focus. And what it also causes is that many women begin to doubt themselves because of the unclear thinking. And what many women do not or have not been told is that there is a clear connection between your mental health and what is going on with you during menopause, or I should say your mental health and menopause. It does affect our brain. In fact, menopause, I often say, is more than a reproductive transition. It is a transition for our brain, and it is a time that we as women need to understand what to do and how to help ourselves. In fact, research has shown that 61% of women deal with the anxiety and the depression, and it can last between a few months to 12 years. Yes, 12 years. And it is the most misdiagnosed symptom of menopause, the anxiety and the depression. Research has also shown that this happens mostly between 50 and 58. But the good news, ladies, is that it does get better. Research has also been showing that when we get around 65, the body kind of get used to the hormone levels and it begins to balance out and our brain gets back on power. So that's good news for all of us who deal with the forgetfulness, the aggression. Some women are so hard on themselves during this time because they're not remembering as they used to. They're not as sharp as they used to. Many women lose their self-confidence. But listen, There is a clear scientific connection between what's going on with you and menopause. There are also unseen psychological symptoms that come along with the menopausal transition that a woman has to deal with. And it impacts a woman's well-being. One of those is the weight gain. Many women lose their confidence and their self-esteem, and it becomes a barrier because the body a woman once had has changed. And not only does she have to deal with that, she has to deal with how the world looks at her. And we live in a world where, as women, we have to be on top of our game as far as the way we look. We want to impress or be beautiful in the eyes of our significant other in our lives or man out there. And it does become a barrier for so many women. And a lot of times what we try to do during this time is we live our lives during this period hating these bodies that has been so good to us, talking so negatively about our bodies and the way that we're put on. We betray our bodies because we want to look good for that man in our lives, and our body doesn't look the same. So we're not as faithful to this body that has been good to us. So I want to say to the women, understand, this is a transition you are going through. Be faithful to this body that you have been pushing all of these years to help you make money. Be faithful to this body that's been so good to you, that's been helping you to move from point A to point B, despite what you've put on it. And sometimes we've put some impossible tasks on our bodies, and our bodies have still performed for us. It is difficult, and yes, we want to please our mate, but our emotional health is so important during this time. Accept your body for where it is. And then you can work on it to improve it, to lose the weight. But don't allow your thoughts, don't allow words to come out of your mouth to betray the body that's been so good to you, that served you the past 40, 50, 60 years. Another aspect to surviving what menopause is doing to our brain is the area of feeling overwhelmed. Because of the changes, because of the challenges that come along with menopause, many women feel overwhelmed and they feel as though it's more than they can handle. It really can be a bit much for women. And ladies, it is during this time we need to learn how to unpack and prioritize life and be realistic about what we can do and what we can't. And when it becomes too much, when you make your list, your priority list, you have to be honest about what you could do and what you can't do. And for the things that you can do, under that list, write the steps of what you will do to accomplish that task. For the ones that you can't deal with, you have to accept the things that you cannot change. Or you're not superwoman at this point. I promise you, the superwoman cape, we have to put down at this time in menopause because we've got to take care of ourselves. Another part of unpacking for us menopausal women is dealing with a lot of the things that make us unhappy. It is at this point we need to be honest. There's some things that make us unhappy. There are some things that make us uncomfortable. And we have got to learn to, at this point, really be honest with ourselves. We've got to learn how to protect our hearts and ourselves. And I'm not talking about being selfish, but it's at this time you need to, self-care is so important, not selfish. It is so important. And because we are nurturers who are great at taking care of others, we tend not to many times turn that on us, or we leave ourselves for the backbone. Or for the back burner, I should say. One thing I want women to know is that during this time, brain health is so important. And I wrote down 4 tips. I'm going to have to put on my glasses now. And some of you know I don't like the glasses, but it's during this time I need to put on the glasses. There are 4 things that you need to do as a woman when it comes to brain health. 1, these are ways, first of all, that you can reduce cognitive decline. 1, you've got to stimulate your brain with mental activity. You've got to keep your brain alert and to help it improve and function. Do crossword puzzles. Read a book. Learn a new task. Learn to dance. Do something new to stimulate your brain, to cause the cells to rejuvenate. Number 2, I have written here, give yourself ample time to rest. Ample time to allow your brain cells to repair, and this keeps your brain healthy. I go. Number 2, give yourself ample time to rest. Ample time allows your brain cells to repair, and this causes your brain cells and causes your brain to be healthy and more available to you. Number 3, I have written here, your brain needs a lot of water. So drink plenty of water and stay hydrated. Keep drinking throughout the day. The brain needs water. And number 4, maintain a healthy diet. I know that sounds cliche, but if ever a time that we need to, maintenance for these bodies is important, it's now. Eating foods that are filled with phytoestrogen, the plants that are filled with phytoestrogen, putting them back in our bodies. We've got to get rid of the gluten and the dairy and all of the foods that are not serving us, that are causing us to go south rather than lift us up. I know this is many times so difficult, ladies, when it comes to even our eating, but brain health is so important going through the menopausal transition. And I want you to know that you only have one brain. No one else is responsible for that brain that's inside of your head. You are. Do what it takes to take care of it. Rest when you need to rest. Say, I need a break when you need a break. Do not put money and finances over your well-being. I want to thank you for joining me this week on Navigating Menopause. And it is my prayer that this video has been of benefit or of value to you as a woman. And I want to remind you to like and subscribe. My mission is to leave every woman better than I met her. And my goal is to create a community of 1 million women all over the world. And we're educating ourselves about menopause, we're helping each other through the process, and then we're passing on the information about menopause to the next generation of women. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.
A special thank you is extended to Dairy Queen Nassau for sponsoring this video. We could have not done this without your support. If you live in the Bahamas, visit any of our Dairy Queen locations. For those of you internationally, whenever you visit the Bahamas, the place where God lives, stop by and support Dairy Queen.